All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're going to talk about that one piece of equipment on your boat that works tirelessly in the background. It's often forgotten, but you know what? It's absolutely crucial for keeping you on the water and, more importantly, out of the repair shop. I mean, we all know this feeling, don't we? That open water, the sun on your face. It's the ability to just get away from everything. It's why we do this. It's all about that experience, that adventure, and the peace you just can't find anywhere else. But here's the thing. All that freedom, it hangs by a thread. It depends completely on having a reliable engine. And there's this invisible enemy, an enemy that's constantly trying to bring your perfect day and your engine to a sudden, grinding halt. And that enemy? It's water. Yeah, simple H2O. Specifically, water getting into your fuel. It is without a doubt the most common and sneaky problem that boaters face, and it can creep into your system in ways you might not even think about. And listen, the sheer scale of this problem might actually shock you. According to a study by the American Boat and Yacht Council, a staggering 70% of all fuel-related engine failures can be traced directly back to water contamination. So this isn't a minor issue, it's the issue. So how in the world does it even get in there? Well, it's a constant battle. Condensation forms inside your tank just from daily temperature swings. Those modern ethanol-blended fuels we all use, they're hygroscopic, which is a fancy way of saying they literally suck moisture right out of the air. And of course, a leaky fuel cap or even a wet nozzle at the fuel dock can dump water straight in. Okay, so now let's talk about how this hidden little problem can snowball into a very, very expensive and potentially dangerous reality. Because ignoring this threat, it has some serious consequences. And this isn't some made-up number. Talk to any experienced marine mechanic, and they'll tell you repair bills from fuel contamination can easily sail past $5,000. We're talking about replacing fuel pumps, injectors, maybe even more serious engine work. All from a problem that was totally preventable. And the damage, it often starts small, really subtle. Long before your engine actually gives up the ghost, it starts to suffer. Data from Mercury Marine shows you can lose 10 to 15% of your engine's efficiency from contaminated fuel. You're just burning more gas and getting less power, and you might not even realize why.
And from there, it's a real downward spiral. It starts with a little rough idle. Then, where you can't see it, rust and corrosion start eating away at your fuel system. Nasty microbial slime can actually start to grow, clogging everything up. And the final stage? Complete engine failure, potentially miles from shore. So you see, this isn't just about money, it's about your safety.
But there is a hero in this story, a simple but incredibly effective little device that stands guard right between your fuel tank and your precious engine. And that hero is the fuel water separator. I mean, its whole job is right there in the name. It's a special filter that does one thing, and it does it exceptionally well. It separates the water and all the other gunk out of your fuel before it can ever reach the delicate, expensive parts of your engine. And hey, don't just take my word for it. As Marine Tech Tom says, it's a fail-safe. In today's world of ethanol-blended fuels, where moisture is a bigger problem than ever, he calls this a must-have. Think of it like a personal bodyguard for your engine. You know, the process is just genius in its simplicity. Fuel gets drawn in from the tank, and because water is heavier than fuel, gravity just pulls it right down to the bottom, into a little collection bowl. The fuel then passes through a special filter that's designed to repel water and trap debris, letting only pure, clean fuel flow onto your engine. Simple as that. Now, this little guardian angel, it really doesn't ask for much in return. All it needs is a simple, regular checkup to make sure it can keep doing its job. And the routine is incredibly easy. Before every single trip, just take a quick glance at the clear bowl at the bottom. See any water in there? Drain it out. Then, once a year or every 100 hours, whichever comes first, just swap out the filter element. That's it. That is the core of it. So when you lay it all out, the choice couldn't be clearer, right? On one side, you have a 5-minute check and a cheap filter you change once a year. On the other side, you're looking at thousands of dollars in repairs, the real danger of being stranded, and weeks of your boating season just gone. The return on investment for being a little proactive here is just massive. So let's wrap this all up by focusing on the payoff. What do you actually get for this tiny bit of effort? Well, you get protection, you get better performance, and maybe most importantly, you get peace of mind. And we can actually put a number on that benefit. According to Yamaha Marine, proper filtration can extend the life of your fuel system components by up to 30%. Think about that. That means your fuel pumps, your injectors, they all last longer, saving you a ton of money over the life of your boat.
So at the end of the day, you are protecting your engine from its number one enemy. You gain back that lost fuel efficiency. You prevent the single most common reason you'd get stranded. And you get to actually enjoy your time on the water without that little nagging worry in the back of your mind. And that brings us to the final, simple question you should ask yourself next time you head down to the dock. You've got a life jacket for yourself, but what about your engine? Is its guardian on duty?